Hi, welcome to Divine Astrology, and I'm Joe. And I know it's been long, but I'm dying to do this video. This is about the coronavirus pandemic and what's happening and what I am guessing or thinking that's going to happen in the next coming months. So let's get tuned in. So before I start the video, I have a question like, do astrology have any answer for the current situation? Like, how many of you do you think that it has an answer? Or if it does have an answer, how accurate can it be? Well, guess how accurate can it be? So before I start and go into the video, I need you to understand this and think about it for a second, and what I'm talking make any sense to you at all. So with the current situation, most of the people are thinking about the immunity, health. Most of them think that this happened because we all have weaker immunities, or our lifestyle or habits, unhealthy lifestyles that we have right now. If you think so, comment it below and let's get in. So the planet that deals with the health and immunity is the sun. And it's wonderful because sun and moon are the wonderful planets that we see every day. So they do really have a lot of impact on us. So planet suns deal with our immunity and health. And the question is, are we getting enough sun in our life? Like, is there anybody working under the sun anytime? Like, all of us work indoors now. Even if it is outdoor work, we still protect us from the sun when we are working, isn't it? And how many of us woke up in the morning and worship sun god? And how many of us do still use fire for cooking? Like, do anybody even light up the candles or oil lamps? How many still use fireplaces in the house? So I mean, I don't, and it's the truth. I mean, how many of us are using solar power? Like, how many of, I mean, are we even using sun to dry off our clothes and other stuff like grains, food and stuff? No, I mean, everything is electrical, isn't it? So it's right, we are not getting enough importance to sun in our lives anymore. Like, we like to replace everything with Rahu because it's so convenient and so easy, and Rahu makes it really, really easy, and we fall in love with Rahu things. So is that the reason why we don't have immunity or health? Is that the reason why we are in a current situation now? Or how many of you would say yes, and how many of you would you say no? Just comment it in the description, I mean in the comment section below, so that we'll see how many of you thinking that sun is so important in our life, or how many of you still thinking that, you know, this is all destined to happen. So it is happening. Okay, so if you think what happened was astrological, like if you think that this happened because of the 6 planetary conjunctions that happened on this in December 2019, with the big eclipse happened that activated this pandemic, or you think this is happening because of our weak immune system and health problems or whatsoever, our unhealthy lifestyle, what do you think it is? If you think either of this, then go back to the other virus outbreaks that happened 100 years ago, 200 years ago, that killed millions of people, even when the people were living so close to the nature and has good immunities. So things like these do happen irrespective of our lifestyle, health, and astrology is a tool, or it gives a hint to foresee what's coming. Most of the astrologers might have predicted that something huge is going to happen with the 6 planetary conjunction with an eclipse that happened in December 2019. But I did expect something was going to happen, but I didn't think such a major thing would come up. Since it is happening in the 9th house, since it happened, not happened, in the 9th house, which is Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, that it was I was expecting things like, back then the Trump impeachment trial was going on, so I was so focused on that. I was thinking that something about the world leaders is gonna come up, or trades or travel, all those ninth house things are gonna be in trouble, like immigration, justice, all those religious stuff. I was thinking about something religious. I mean, some people go to extremes with their religious stuff, and for all this to get highly affected, there has to be happening a big thing. That's what I didn't guess. That's what I didn't dig deep in. I mean, I was not even planning on doing astrology anymore, so I was having all these thoughts on my mind. Every time I see something, I wanted to make a video on it, but somehow I want to control my sense. Like, no, you're not doing no more videos. And this thing came up so hard that I wanted to do it, because I know that something was going to happen with those 6 planetary conjunctions and the eclipse that happened so close to that, but I was not guessing it right. But now I wanted to see it a little stronger, because now everybody has like, to be honest, like, everybody feels that they're so blocked and they don't know what's going to happen. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen. Even astrologers can't tell what's going to happen, but we can still guess with all these planets and houses and stuff. So that's what I decided to do. So this conjunction, and Rahu is in Gemini and Ketu is in Sagittarius, which is like 3 and 9th axis, and the eclipse happened in the 9th house, and the opposite house is the 3rd house, which is communication, travel, and the 9th house deals with world leaders, trade, education, travel, all sorts of things that 9th house deals, justice, religious stuff, lawyers, advisors, philosophy, all those things come under 9th house. So all these things are going to be still in effect until the Rahu and Ketu moves from their signs from the 3rd to 2nd, and from the 9th to 8th. That's when we'll see some relief financially and health wise too. So we'll talk about that later in maybe next video or so, with the Rahu and Ketu moving into different sign, what's gonna affect globally and for every zodiac sign. But for now, I'm gonna stick with this video. And also many of the people are predicting that since Sun is moving into Aries, where Sun is really great, does really good in Aries, so most of the people are thinking that everything is gonna get better, and they're expecting a kind of medicine or something for the virus. What I think is, even the virus might slow down because of all the precautions that we're taking right now and moving on with our lives. I think that appropriate medication will become available around September 2020. It could be before or after a little bit, because I can't count on the exact time. But when the Ketu and the Rahu move signs, that's when we'll see the relief. And especially Ketu does extremely well in water sign and extremely well in 8th house. And it's a Scorpio, so it's the last point of the last few degrees of Scorpio is extremely powerful, and that's where we see the tail of the scorpion. That's where most of the vaccines or most of the drugs are manufactured, because that's like a turning point. It's like a deep research. 8th house deals with deep research, and it's a water sign, Scorpio, so it's really has so much depth. So moving on, Rahu transits into Taurus, which is also an earth sign, and Rahu does extremely well in earth signs, because Rahu is all about materialism. So which will be dealing with food, banking sector, money. I mean, after September, people will start seeing money again, proper food and proper health and family and everything. Since everybody is so stuck right now, once Taurus moves into second house, which deals with families, and it also deals with a whole lot of stuff like addition to the family. It could be marriage or childbirth, or it could mean promotions or new job or new income source. So it's like a lot of stuff. So when Rahu moves into that sign, especially it being the earth sign, it's gonna be really, really awesome. But for now, I'm not gonna talk more depth into dealing with that Rahu in second and the Ketu in the 8th. All I'm gonna say is like around September, that's where a lot of stuff is gonna change. We also have a lot of retrogrades right now going on: Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus. Everything is gonna be retrograde in May, June. So these 2 months are still gonna be a little shake up. A lot of people have a lot of questions like, can we do this or can we do that? They have a lot of thoughts in their mind. They wanted to redo everything. It's like having a pinch of thought in your mind always, like, is it right or is it wrong, or is it right, is it wrong, for the next 2 months, May and June. We'll feel that a lot because of all those retrograde planets. But around September, October, that's when things really start moving forward, and you will definitely see some relief from this. And I guess that's when the proper vaccine or the medication will be available. And I guess that's the time frame. It could be before or after, like few weeks, because I can't really count on the exact time. And I'm gonna finish this video quickly, but before I do, I have a small hint. With all these conclusions drawing around, like all the speculations, like in the news that's going on, like where it started, how many countries know it's coming, and how many people know that it's gonna spread, and all that stuff. A lot of people are speculating, and a lot of people are trying to do so much research on it, like where it started, how it started, and stuff. But believe me, once Ketu go into Scorpio, a water sign, and Ketu is all about ultimate truth, and when it goes into 8th house and a water sign, all the truth will be buried deep in, like the governments do it all the time. So don't even try bothering about it, because ultimately you'll not know the truth about it anyway once the Ketu moves out of the Sagittarius and enters the water sign Scorpio and the 8th house. So there is a lot. That's a lot, but for now, that's not our concern. The major concern is staying healthy. So everybody stay healthy, because I don't see a proper medication before September, at around September. So all we can do right now is protect ourselves using the safety precautions, using masks and keeping distance and all that stuff that they're talking about. I hope you all be safe. Thank you so much for watching my video. I guess I'll start doing more videos and start posting videos. At this point, I'm not really thinking about any personal predictions, because I don't really have much time these days. But I would really love to go on and make some more videos for the future, especially with Rahu and Ketu transiting into different signs. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.